First thing you need to work out when you get to Ho Chi Minh City is what to call the place. Everywhere you go, you hear people referring to it by its old name, Saigon. In 1976, the year after the Vietnam War ended, in a none too gentle reminder to the Saigonese of who won, the victorious communists renamed the city after their founding father, this man, Ho Chi Minh. Today it seems that both names have taken hold. This is Ho Chi Minh City and Saigon. Saigon is amongst Asia's most energetic, chaotic, and strangely addictive cities. Vietnam's own post-war baby boom means that the population is very young, and the youthful optimism is infectious. Saigon is at the heart of Vietnam's booming economy. The factories that churn out Nike shoes, designer clothes, and all kinds of manufactured goods for export have made Saigon and its surrounds one of the fastest growing economic zones on earth. You get a sense of the energy as soon as you arrive. Not long after you inhale the hot, humid air, you're amongst Saigon's traffic. The anarchy on the roads makes for an entertaining spectacle, but it's very intimidating when the time comes to actually get amongst it. So, look closely at the oncoming traffic and keep moving. A sudden stop can throw the perpetual motion of the system into chaos. And don't think the pedestrian crossings provide cover either. They're just decorative. Saigon may once have been Little Paris or the Pearl of the Orient, but decades of population growth and poor planning have left a city barely recognisable from the one that excited Graham Greene in the 50s. At somewhere between 8 and 10 million, today's population is 10 times greater than that of the city Greene was drawn to. Saigon is besotted with the new, and while its lonely architectural landmarks are favourite spots for wedding and fashion photography, the city's post-war fathers seem to find little that's endearing in the French architectural legacy. Yet most of what is old in Saigon dates back to French colonial times. Apart from pagodas, there is little, if any, old indigenous architecture. There are still glimmers of the past, though, in the landmark buildings of the city centre, the shop houses, and the occasional rundown villa. This, the People's Committee building, is the centre of government in Saigon. Not far away are the French-era icons, the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Opera House, the Post Office, and the Continental and Majestic hotels. Saigon might be rushing headlong into modernity, but the most interesting tourist sites take travellers back to the turbulent decades of the Vietnam War. The former presidential palace, now known as the Reunification Palace, is a good place to start. This is where South Vietnam's last president was holed up as his nation collapsed around him. The palace has been frozen from that day in 1975 and is, perhaps unintentionally, a remarkable display of 70s kitsch. In the early 90s, this place was still known as the Museum of American War Crimes. As diplomatic relations between Vietnam and the US normalised, so the museum name also changed. Now it's known as the War Remnants Museum. Its collection is no less confronting, but this museum is a must-see while you're in Saigon. It's where the victors get to tell their side of the story. An especially moving part of the museum is the Requiem photographic exhibition. It's a collection of images by photographers from both sides of the conflict who lost their lives in battle. It's well worth spending half a day or more wandering around Chalon, Saigon's Chinatown. Said to be one of the biggest Chinatowns in the world, it may even be more intense than the rest of Saigon. It's also home to bustling Bingtay Market, some great old streets, and some relatively serene pagodas. Saigon is one of the world's great food cities. You can dine in style at flash downtown establishments, or focus on flavour and eat in the simple local venues. Or better still, do a little of both. Bentang Market, the central market, is a good place to get a grounding in Vietnamese cuisine. A huge variety of dishes, especially the all-important Vietnamese soups, are available here. You'll also be able to see the amazing variety of tropical fruits that the Mekong Delta produces. Bentang Market's also a good place to start your Saigon shopping experience. But if you prefer shopping in comfort, there are loads of very cool fashion and home decor boutiques scattered around town. This is Lake Om Kieu Street, Saigon's Antique Street. Saigon isn't a city of dramatic tourist sites. It's a city to be experienced. Make sure you take time to absorb the atmosphere, walk the cluttered streets, enjoy the delicious cuisine, and get to know the Saigonese people. Saigon's a very friendly city. English is widely and enthusiastically spoken, and it's also very safe by world standards. For more information on travel in Saigon and Vietnam, visit rustycompass.com.